Hey there, StarCraft fans, Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 on the latest patch. Today, for your Patreon cast, it's going to be Lambo and Harstem, two commentators, two YouTubers, two good guys. Here on Sanctuary, the third, top right, Zerg player. It is a Lambo from Team Rebellion. Guess what? Harstem's down here from Team Rebellion 2. Hey, teammates going at it. Got their free play off of Team Liquid's website? No, off of lotv.spawningtool.com. I don't know why I said Team Liquid. Maybe it's been a long day. Maybe my brain is tired. I'm going to go to bed after this, and maybe that's why. So, a Nexus first would be interesting, wouldn't it? But no, it's going to be a pylon here to wall off a little bit against the Zerg aggression here from Lambo. And Extractor Tricking to get 13 out of 12 as an opening here is Lambo. No 16 hatch for him, I don't feel like. But making more drones. No super early pool here from the Zerg player. I think we are settling in to a meta in PvZ and TvZ from the Zerg perspective here, and just nothing has changed for Protoss, right? Gateway, expand, scout, block the hatch, and then adjust to whatever the heck the Zerg player is doing. So we got 16 supply here for Lambo, and we have, there we go, hatch first at the third. So this is a pretty standard before the latest patch PvZ, at least the beginning here anyway. Yep, then we got the assimilator coming in. Got ourselves a second pylon and a cyber core after this gateway shows up. Or maybe an early expansion here, right? Waiting, saving up. Overlord says, I'm getting cannon rushed. No, very good. And there is the pool at 1 minute and 43 seconds at 16 supply. So 16 hatch, 16 pool. There's the expansion. Yes, indeed. 1 gate expand timing a little bit later than normal, but normal is now the new normal. I guess I meant to say the previous patch, right? A little bit later because of the 8 workers start. There's the cyber core. There's the second pylon. There's the second gas. Where? You say to Falcon, where's the second gas? There it is. Where's the second pylon? You said there's going to be a second pylon, Falcon. You're wrong. And as soon as we 100 minerals, there it is. So Harstem seems no need to adjust his build to the new patch. So we'll see if it pays off for him here. So Lambo says, what's going on? Everything's cool? Yes. Very good indeed. Are we saving up? No, not saving up for a third here. We're making queens. We're making speed. Speed on the way. And yeah, this is a Patreon game. For those of you who are supporting it, patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month. At Tier 1, thank you very much for doing that. If you want to support me for a little bit more, I did add a Tier 2 that is $2 a month. If you feel like things are good and you want to support the channel that way out at patreon.com, you can also become a channel member here by clicking the join button down below. You can also hype the video, which is kind of neat. Right? I am definitely small enough to qualify for the hype feature. I was like, what is the hype feature? What's it all about? And near as I can tell, it's just for smaller creators to get a little bit of extra attention compared to the Mr. Beasts of the world, right? I think that's fair. I appreciate that from YouTube. Now, what do we got here? We got new music. We got a third hatch coming starting at 3:20. Remember when third hatches started at like 2 minutes and 20 seconds? You remember that? Good times. Oracle, yes. Quirkily predicted the Oracle there. And otherwise, Lambo's just droning, man. I don't see a Roach Warren. I don't see a Baneling Nest from him. The music is extremely ominous. This feels like World of Warcraft music, doesn't it? Like Scarlet Cathedral type stuff. Undead starting area type stuff. Good. I mean, Blizzard is Blizzard, right? Blizzard going Blizzard is what it's going to do. Spores coming up at about 4 minutes. I've been wondering about that. I'm getting my spores at 4 minutes just because obviously Oracle timings are later than usual. So 3:30 seems a little bit early for that. So 4 minutes is what we're going to do here, or just have 2 queens at the base and say whack, 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 whack. Lose a couple drones in the process, get a lot of damage off on the Oracle, though more damage than the Spore can do. Spore is there to do damage to things like Mutas, as it turns out. So, Oracle's on the move out. No sign of, like, crazy number of Oracles or anything like that. We don't have extra gates coming up. We don't have the gas, but we don't have the gates either. So, ooh, good snipe on a probe, getting out of there. Adepts are like, we will kill you. Ah, hang on. Adept Oracle, pretty good against Ling pressure, Ling harassment, indeed. Spreading that creep. Third base getting a spore. By that I mean natural base. Oh, third base here is not getting a spore. Just having 3 queens there seems to be enough for Lambo not going to sacrifice a drone for that static defense, and that is okay. Stalkers. There's a couple stalkers here for Harstem, getting his 3rd gas. And then what's the follow-up going to be here? Is it going to be Colossus? Like, what's changed? What's really changed here for the Protoss, right? There's a little bit of cost on getting Warp Gate for all of your gates. That's fine. That was the big one, right? That was the big one for the Protoss. You get a little bit less supply from each Nexus you build. Same thing for hatcheries and same thing for command centers. So that's been, I think, throwing me more than I expected. Ooh, good snipe of another probe here. This is good. Lair on the way. Spreading that creep. Roach Warren. Okay. So it's going to be Roaches. It's going to be Ravagers, which are pretty good. Roach Ravager against Stalker Adept is pretty fantastic. Not very good against Oracles, obviously, because they can't shoot up, except for the Corrosive Bile, which is easily dodged. But yeah, Robo coming in, back home. Maybe some Immortals to help deal with these Roaches. Not a bad idea. Not that he knows about the Roaches yet. Do Oracle swing in and see this? Hold on. No, he does not know about anything. Lings think about jumping on this, but I don't know. There are not enough Lings to do that. Yeah, Queen's getting some hits off on the Oracles. Revelation, I like that. Keep a track on these Queens as the Oracles is a great thing to do. Roaches on the way. They're going to be slow Roaches without any upgrades at all. No speed, no 1-1, no anything. Probably should expand in the meantime here, Lambo. I think he's going to do it. He's like, I think I have just enough defense with the Roaches especially to hold this thing. Making a Ravager, and there it is. 4th base coming up at 6:30, but the Protoss 3rd's already done and getting saturated. So again, Harstem's playing really well. It's like he started a YouTube channel and is getting better at StarCraft, which doesn't make any sense, right? Like, why would dedicating a ton of your time to a YouTube channel make you better at StarCraft? You have less time to practice, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it allowed him to do more game analysis than he was doing before. It's easier to look at StarCraft from my perspective and figure out what you're doing, right? What someone else is doing, learn from their builds, learn from their mistakes. And maybe that's it. Maybe he just needed that 10,000-foot view. You should be watching your own games. You should be watching games from your opponents and players you want to be like and learning from that, but maybe he wasn't. Maybe he needed this to get to that point. I don't know. But yeah, he's playing extremely well. Lambo double expands. Love that from him, man. Up and down. We've seen that a lot on Sanctuary. Zerg players kind of late on the 3rd, but then they get a 4th and a 5th really fast. I think it's good. I think it's been pretty standard play here. I need to start doing that, I think, because, yeah, it feels like all my timings are way wonky. Way off. So, yeah, Roach Ravager. Nice. Immortals are going to help here a lot. Stalker's going to trade pretty well if they have Blink, which they don't, nor is it being researched. Disruptor shots can be good, too. They did something with the Disruptor. What did they do with the Disruptor? I guess we'll find out. I think it has to do with the Purification Nova. There was something about it. Oh, I love this. Setting up for a push at the front and a drop at the back. Oh, this is diabolical stuff from Lambo. I'm loving it. Big army advantage. 116 to 64, but Lings, Roaches, and Ravagers are all kind of funny in that they're, you know, you can get a lot of them with supply. Nice. Revelation catches everything in that whole main army. But they're all squishy. Okay, Disruptor shot huge. Oh, wait, what? Did that thing get nerfed into the ground or what? Where is this guy going? There he is. That Disruptor shot didn't kill anything. Does it not kill Roaches anymore? Oh, boy. Okay, we need to look at the damage here. And there we go. Drop it in the natural. Threatening at the front. Unload, 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 unload. That cannon is wrecking this whole thing, though. That's a 6-kill cannon. Tries to get up. Oh, there's a shot on some bruised up Roaches, so they're going to take damage, sure. Ooh, love this. Bringing Queens. German taxiing here. Poop and creep. And transfusing as a result. This is great. I mean, that link drop was pretty ineffectual, but hey, I like the attempt. Maybe some Baneling drops would be better next time, but you don't have the Baneling tech. Baneling Nest just getting started now. Yeah, creep is here. Do we have obs? No. Do we have a robo? Yes. Could we build an obs? Yes. Once again, a little bit of link drop in here inside the main base, but that's why we have cannons and shield batteries. You need a surprising number of lings to handle one cannon and one shield batter. Another probe dies. He's got 5 probe kills, and I feel like all of them are just these individual little pickoffs that he's getting. He's falling back. I don't know if I feel good about that. Gotta be real with you. Not feeling great about that. 4 oracles, so it's not... Wow. 5 oracles. My apologies. You just show up, you just burn down the Ravagers, right? Yeah, Ravager dead. Queen getting immediately burned down too. This is... I like it. Queen's getting unloaded, getting dropped into position. More creep here too. Wait, he killed this tumor. Maybe with a disruptor shot. Just a blind disruptor shot, he killed it, but he doesn't have that yet. It's on the cooldown. I don't know. Overlord pooping creep gonna die. Creep is receding a little bit more slowly than it used to, but I don't think it's really enough to make a huge difference. Look at it recede. That seems pretty quick still, which again, it has been for a very long time. So 29 Banelings on the way. Centrifugal hooks are coming in. 35 Banelings on the way. Maxed out Lambo, maxed out Harstem. Disruptor shots are going to be key here. Blinking onto creeps, sniping queens easily. The damage output of stalkers is huge with the range and the anti-air. Man, stalker's a good unit. Revelation being used to deal with these creep tumors. Sure. Does he really not have an obs? He really doesn't have enough. Here it comes to something. Oh, nice stasis and force fields. More force fields. The Zerg is locked out of everything. Oh my gosh, that's insane. The zoning out is so powerful, and now you can split against everything that's coming at you. Dude, Lambo tried to get a surround there. It was pretty cool, but Harstem just slipped it so smoothly with the stasis, with the force fields, with the disruptor shots. Lambo's like, Roachling Bane, not doing what I want it to do. It's kind of best when you get a surround on the enemy, and I couldn't pull that off. Harstem saw it coming. Got out of there. New base on the way from Harstem. I think maybe we need something else. Lambo says he's got a hive. Good. He's got a Hydra Den. He's getting a speed upgrade for those guys. Not a bad idea. I mean, doing something about these oracles would be nice because they've been an absolute menace today. 5 kills on that one. One Colossus. I love the one Colossus in here. Blinking forward, blink stalkers are so hard to deal with. I'll never forget a game I think I saw between Hero and Rogue, where Hero just went blink stalker, just for 20 straight minutes. And Rogue was like, roaches and lings and banes and hydras and trying to trade and trying to trade and trade and trade and trade and trade and trade. And it just never ended. And all it was stalkers. There is no direct counter to stalkers. There is nothing. Ooh, locking that off. I love that. There's not one thing you can build that's like, oh, now the stalkers are all going to die. There's not. You have to do a lot of stuff and hope the Zerg player messes up, or the Protoss player messes up a little bit. Okay, Zerg player messing up a little bit. Yeah, he's having a great time, isn't he? Another base topside for Lambo. Pops in. Just kidding. It's completely dead. 3 volleyed it down. Got Ling, Baneling, Roach, Hydra down here. Mothership in the house. Pops the cloaking field and gets a recall back to defend the base. You can kill this base and get home to defend your base with the power of Mothership. Good stuff here. Beautiful stuff here. So, Zealot wiped out that base. That seems real bad. War Prism got into this base a little bit. Don't see much happening. Lurker Den on the way. Now, a lot of Lurkers. It's hard for Stalkers to attack into. That is definitely the case. But Stalkers don't have to engage with Lurkers because they're faster than they are. So it's not like the Stalkers show up and you're like, aha, Lurkers. All the Stalkers are dead. Nope. Not how this works at all. War Prism got picked off. I heard the sound. I didn't see it, but I heard it. Overlord picked off too. Supply blocked? No, says Lambo. Not even close. Once again, trying a little smaller group of a push out here, but God, there's enough. And there's Psystorm. They reduced the radius of Psystorm a little bit. And I think, yeah, it doesn't last quite as long either, so that's being nerfed. Protoss are like, dude, why do you hate us so much? Why you hate us so much? So this is one of those games where I'm like, you know what? People that say StarCraft 2 is nothing but death balls, I just disagree. Wow, all right. Stalkers, man. Resources lost. 6,000 to 12,000. 2-to-1 resources lost. A lot of that is these Stalkers. 5 kills, 5 kills, 3 kills, 4 kills, 6 kills. It is hard to deal with him in the hands of an elite. Ooh, free immortal. See, Lings counter immortals. See what I'm talking about? That's what I mean by counter. Good. Stasis, leaving that guy alive. The Stalkers are just like, okay, we'll just win by ourselves. And you're like, ah, yes, Lings are the answer. Okay, but see how these Lings are dying? Yeah, the Hydras and the Lings and the Banes with no room to move. And then you just recall out. And you push up and kill this hatch too. And then we've got these guys in stasis. This immortal can't get out of here. Oh, the stasis trap is a real one for him. God, that hurts. Okay. Well, yeah, Harstem's doing a great job being everywhere, right? He's macroing well. He's attacking multiple places at once. He's really keeping Lambo on the back foot. And he lurkers actually on the map. He's getting adaptive talons. I don't think he's actually getting any. How do you deal with this mothership with this army? What do you do? Hydras? No, there's Storm here. I love this one Colossus. 16 kill Colossus. Pretty awesome. Yeah, Lings come in. Storm, storm, storm. Even mothership damage is pretty good here. Yeah, Harstem just says, you're going to chase me. I will kite you. I will kill all of your stuff while you are trying to chase me. Does that sound fun? No, says Lambo. I hate that idea. Another base on the way from Harstem. This base has not been replanted. This base is saturated. Lambo's feeling pretty good about that. Okay, 20 lurker morphin. This one roach is like, I don't belong here. I'm not a lurker. Why am I here with all these guys? I can't get out. Changelings get tossed down. Ah, another thing in the current patch. If a changeling dies, every other changeling around it will also die. But not because there's some code that tells the changelings to die. It's because the changeling that dies does a little bit of damage. AoE damage. And so it kills the next changeling next to us because that takes a little bit of damage. And I've seen some videos where, like, you just, nice abduct. You just walk in a bunch of changelings into somebody's mineral line and say, kill one. I dare you, because all the workers are going to die. It's an inelegant solution to the problem of mass changeling. Base down. This is an interesting game. This music sucks for this. I don't need Gregorian chanting for my StarCraft. What are we doing? It's just menu music is what this is. Okay. Time Warp, Storm. I don't really have enough immortals to walk into this. Disruptors, though. Ow. Catching them down the left side, though. Here comes Lings, and here comes the Banelings. Once again, 1,000 cannons. Cracklings? Cracklings! Alright. Much better when they're crackling. Yeah, the Changeling's just hanging out. Oh my gosh, they're going to get the hatch. Absolutely, they're going to get the hatch. Okay, that's a win for Lambo. He needed that because he's losing all of his lurkers on this side of the map. The Storm plus the Immortals. Okay, maybe don't just walk onto the lurkers there. Harstem a little bit sloppy. Maybe trying to save this base. No, I think all the Zealots trying to defend the base died too. Suddenly, Lambo's up 164 to 131 supply. Suddenly, Lambo's in a much better position than Harstem is. Harstem lost one of his 4 bases. Lambo lost one of his 6 bases. Therefore, economically, is looking good. Income advantage suddenly favoring Lambo quite a bit. Thank you, income advantage tab. Army value tab. Lambo has been ahead for the last 3 minutes or so and continues to be there. Zealot run by, but once there are cracklings out on the map, it's hard for Zealots to get a lot done. But hey, getting a cancel on that hatch, not too bad as it turns out. Why is he making so many changelings? He's making a lot of changelings. Changelings do get slowed in slow zones, right? Yeah, they sure do. That's funny. They must follow those rules. Actually, that was a 5th base. I apologize. This and this are distinct bases. Falcon, you got this. Archon targeted and killed, but the rest of the army's here, so that's not going to happen. So we come down the other way. Who cares if we get stasis? Burrowing on this high ground where all these probes are. No! Hang on, hang on. Lurker spines. There you go. Now they can get down there. There's a Tempest. Tempest pretty good against these lurkers, too. Lurkers are annoying as heck to get down with. Lambo, is he putting together what is actually maybe going to be a bit of a come from behind win here against Harstem? I'm going to tell you, I thought Harstem was going to win this game straight up. Gosh, Lings are helping. We don't need your help. Lurkers got it. We do bonus damage versus armored. We're friggin' awesome. Suddenly it's 184 to 154 supply. Suddenly the probe count is only 48 for Harstem. 19 probes have died. This is nuts. And yeah, again, Patreon cast. Support me on patreon.com/FalconPaladin. For as little as $1 or $2 a month. How are we doing on the upgrades for the Hydras? They've got 3 attack, 1 armor. I mean, I don't know. They're glass cannons as is. I'm not sure armor's going to help them all as much as they'd want it to. Tempest really good if they're kiting Hydras. Which if you're not kiting them well, nice lunge. And Ling's finding an Archon to kill once again. Setting up there, and Harstem taps out. GG Lambo! Wow! Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Income advantage for the last 10 minutes. Harstem, big, and then zhoof. Kills a ton of probes. 46 probes died. 30 drones died, but their ability to replace is much higher. For the Zerg, army value has been ahead largely for the last 5 minutes. The dips have followed each other during these battles, but he's managed to stay up and up and up and up on that one. Absolutely crazy game. Resources lost. No, remember when it was 2-1 resources lost, where Harstem had lost half as many resources as Lambo had, and now it's 32,000 to 30,000. What an insane cost division comeback there from Lambo. Crazy stuff. He lost 18 lurkers, but the lurkers really did turn the tide here. Enemy units didn't want to get anywhere near those lurkers. A little bit sloppy control. Excuse me. A little bit of some sloppy control there for sure. But man, that was awesome. That was a great, great game there. Thanks again to lotv.spawningtool.com for the replay. Great game. Honestly impressed that Lambo pulled it off. I was really, really worried about him. He was like, don't worry about it, man. I'm the better player here today. Seems like he was. Okay, well, ba-bam. That's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void in a Patreon cast. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.